Hey, everyone. Happy Friday the 13th. I know there's a lot of doom and gloom out there in the world right now, but if you're here right now, live or watching the replay, you're in for a huge treat because we have some really exciting updates to share with you today. So I don't want to delay too much longer. Let's dive into this. If we haven't met yet, I'm Young Pratt at Amplify You're Awesome. And every month now for 11 months, I've had the privilege of coming on here with Mr. Hanny Mora, the creator of Repurpose, to ask questions, to dive deep, and show you all the ways that you can use Repurpose to its maximum. Hey, Hanny, welcome to Friday the 13th.
Woohoo! Happy Friday 13th. So let's bring on some good news for a change. Good news, some good luck. Let's have some fun and go through what we've been up to. Been working really, really hard on Repurpose. Been kind of quiet, and I apologize. We've been really quiet, but the good news is out. We have a lot of new features out, and we're going to dive right into them. I mean, we're just going to go through one by one, show you what we've been up to, what's available now, and pretty much everything in there is available to everybody. So you don't have to upgrade. Not here to sell you on anything. It's just free upgrades, free options available to everybody who was on a plan right now, and actually a free trial as well. So, all right, should we just dive right in?
Yeah, I want to just let everyone know we're going to dive into three things today. We have a brand new scheduler to talk about, which I have been waiting for, like chomping at the bit. I keep asking Hanny, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Because I'm ready to dive into that. We're going to talk about email notifications and watermarks. So yeah, let's dive in, Hanny. And I do want to acknowledge Hanny for a moment here too. And I feel very privileged to be here and ask Hanny all these questions because he's one of the only software developers that I know who actually gives his time like this so freely every month to really connect with you and to show you how to make the most use out of his software. So Hanny, thank you as always.
Oh, my pleasure. I love doing it. I love, people say I love serving. Our software serves a need, and we love doing it. We love just pushing out more and more features to make your life easier as a user, as a content creator. Focus more. Like we always say, focus more on creation.
Yes.
And spend less time on this kind of like monkey work where uploading videos here and there. Let Repurpose do that for you, and that's what it's there
for. Absolutely. So let's dive into this scheduler because I know this is a much awaited tool and feature that people have been requesting and talking about. So let's just do it.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pop it up and walk right through it. So if you logged in this morning or in the past few minutes, I guess, you will see a notice on the left here. It'll pop up. It'll say, hey, new scheduler feature. So first thing I want to mention, hey, there's a video right there. You don't see it on my screen, but there'll be a video when you log into your account. It's like a minute or two, very short. It walks you through how to do it in case you're watching the replay or you're curious how it works. It's super easy. I'm going to walk through how to use it. And the best part, it's free for everybody. Meaning if you're on a trial, you can use it right now. If you are on any of our plans right now, you can use it. So you don't have to upgrade. There's nothing you need to change. It's free to every user right now. And it will be free forever. It's just an improvement of our software. Amazing. So how does it work? What's the point of it? The point is in the past, you had two options. You can go in, go into your workflow, for example, and just hit publish. Boom. It enters the queue and it gets published. The other option is to go and turn your workflow on to auto. So you go in, turn it to auto, and then it auto publishes, meaning, when the video, let's say you're taking a podcast episode and going to YouTube, when that podcast is live on your podcast host, then within an hour or so, we pick it up and we publish it. So that was great. People loved that, but there was kind of missing, it was a bit of a gap. So we thought, some people don't want the auto to be fully auto. They want to have more control. So the whole idea of the scheduler is you now can go in and go to any episode, any video from Facebook, any podcast, any workflow that you normally have right now set up, and you click the publish button. You can customize the title, the description. Everything's exactly the same. Nothing's changed. The only thing that you change is a new calendar icon. So instead of saying publish now, because sometimes you don't want it to go now. You're working in the middle of the night, you tweak, you want to schedule, let's say, I want this podcast to go to YouTube at 9 a.m. the next day. And then maybe you want the Facebook version to go out 2 days later, let's say on the Tuesday, for example, and then you want a little snippet to go on Twitter on Wednesday. So you want to stagger the post. And until today or until this week, you had to go in Monday morning, log in, hit publish. Tuesday morning, log in and publish the one to Facebook. Now you can go in here to all your workflows, and for the episode, for example, this one's going to YouTube. I can say set the schedule. Instead of publish now, I'm going to say schedule. Click on the calendar. Let's say I want it to go out Monday morning, the 16th. I can set what time. Let's say 9 o'clock in the morning. And just want to mention, it's important. It shows you your time zone here. So wherever you're logged in now, it's going to show you your time zone. And it's going to schedule based on your time zone. This is important because it gets confusing with scheduling in different time zones. So if you have a VA that's doing this for you, that's somewhere in a different time zone, just be aware that everything is scheduled based on the person's time zone that's actually clicking, setting the schedule. And then that's it. Then you hit schedule. So instead of publishing, now the button changed to schedule. We hit schedule. And what's going to happen, it's basically going to jump in and start preparing the video. So in the past, you would see queue, processing, done. Now you'll see queue for a few seconds. And then instead of processing, it's preparing. Same kind of thing. All we're doing here is we're making this video for you right now. So the idea is we don't wait until like the day we're going to publish it to make the video. We make the video now. So if I refresh the page, it's still preparing. Okay. So it's going to prepare for, depending how long your video is. And once it's done, it's going to say scheduled. I'll show you in a second. It shouldn't take that long. Okay. We'll let it go for a few minutes. So it's going to go ahead and make the video. When it's done, we'll come back to here in a second. You'll see a little preview icon. So basically, you get a chance to see the video. You click on it, it opens up in a new tab. So you can see the video before it's published, right? Let's say there's a mistake or there's, you entered, I don't know, something wrong in the title and the video doesn't look, you chose the wrong template. I don't know. We give you the point is we give you the opportunity to preview it before it gets scheduled. Okay, now it's scheduled. Awesome. So one thing I want to see, if you forget, like you come in here and like, oh my God, when is this scheduled for? Just hover over here. It tells you when it's scheduled for, the date and time. In your time zone. And then if you click the icon here, you can preview it. It will give you a preview of what the video looks like. It's loading. Yeah, there we go. So that's the video. Boom, I like it. I'm good to go. I don't have to do anything. And we're good. And that's it. So
awesome.
It's very, it doesn't disrupt the way you do things. It just gives you another option to be able to go in and schedule your content. So now you don't have to get up at like 9 o'clock in the morning and post that video if you're very specific on when you want it to go. And you don't have to log in every day. This is very handy when you're doing this across multiple platforms. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So if someone has a video, so this is a whole video going over to YouTube or your podcast going to YouTube. If you are someone who likes to chop that up and do little snippets, is each snippet scheduled separately or how does that work?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. Actually, that's a perfect use case or like a use for the snippet, the snippets feature, because that's exactly what it is. Every snippet has its own publish button. So I have 3 snippets here. Fantastic. So I can schedule this one on the Monday morning and then this one on the Tuesday morning and this one on the Wednesday morning. That is probably the most, like the schedule feature be probably most useful for snippets because you have 3, 4, 5 snippets and you don't want them all to go out on the same day. And then also you don't want to go in there and like hit, log in Monday morning and hit publish and then come back Tuesday morning and hit publish again. You want to, episodes live, you make the snippets, schedule, and then you're good. You have enough content for the whole week and it's automatically going out. So this works for any workflow. So, we've debated how we're going to implement this feature, whether we're going to rely on the scheduling feature of the platform, meaning like, I know YouTube, you can schedule some stuff and Facebook lets you schedule, but Twitter doesn't let you schedule and LinkedIn doesn't let you schedule as far as I know. anyway, so we thought, instead of relying on the platform,
Yeah.
we built in the scheduler ourselves. So we don't care where you're going. Even if you want to go to Dropbox and you want to, schedule that for whatever reason, you can do that. So anything that any workflow you have, doesn't matter where you're going from, where you're going to, you can use our scheduler.
That's so good. So I just want to paint the picture because what you just said is so awesome. So imagine this. So if you're a podcaster or you're a video creator and you go live on your page once a week, and then afterwards, Repurpose is going to put everything inside your account. And then what if after you're done, you could go schedule these things out and then you don't have to touch it for a whole week? Like, that's a really big deal. That frees up so much time of having to, figure out, okay, am I on Wi-Fi? Do I need to download from Dropbox? Do I need to upload here and log into all the accounts and have all the apps? Like, this cleans up all of that workflow where you can really do the thing once, go in here once, schedule it, and be done. How amazing is that?
Yeah, and you have control exactly when you can schedule it. I mean, our automation is awesome. Some people, you just want automation. They don't want to log in. We still have that. Right. That's kind of been our focus all along. But some people are particular, and I don't blame them. It makes sense. Sometimes you want to stagger your content. You want to be able to say, I want something going out on Monday, and then a couple of clips one clip on Tuesday, and another clip on Wednesday, then LinkedIn on Thursday, and then Twitter on Friday. You can stagger that up in one day, in one shot. You can go in here and just schedule. Boom. Your whole week is good. You're done. From one episode, you scheduled enough content for the whole week.
Awesome. So let me ask you this. So if you've scheduled something once and it goes out, and can you reschedule it to go out a different time?
That's a good question. I think the answer is yes. I've never tested that way. And the reason why we haven't tested that way is because I don't recommend doing that. Well, let's not say that. I wouldn't recommend doing that on some platforms. Like, for example, on YouTube, you don't want to send the same episode or the same clip over and over again. They don't like duplicate content. But if you're posting on social, like, I say social, YouTube is social, but like, to me, something like a Twitter or Facebook, I guess you could. I mean,
I'm just curious. So everyone can build this content library. So, okay, after a quarter of doing this, I can go in and reschedule them again. So you could take a quarter off and not create new content.
Yeah, I'll check. But in theory, in theory, you should. I mean, you actually bring up another good question. So let's say you have something scheduled and you want to change your mind. You just go into edit and you can just adjust the date or cancel the schedule from here.
Cool.
So you can't change anything once it's because we made the video. Right? The video's already made. You can't change title, description. So if you found a mistake and you want to do this, you have to cancel the schedule.
Okay.
And then once you cancel it, it's back to its normal state. You then go publish again and adjust. Let's say I want to make this something else, and then I can reschedule it or just say publish now. So I just want to bring that up. So you do have the option to cancel a schedule. And you will need to cancel a schedule if you want to make changes to your video. And the main reason is because we made the video for you. So basically, the only way to do that is to cancel and then rebuild. Sound good?
So I know in the comments we have Mario saying scheduler, yes. Lindy says, wow, snippet scheduling, absolutely. If you're here live with us, or even if you're watching the replay, let us know how excited you are about this feature, because this is the one I feel like so many people have been waiting for, because there's so many scheduling tools, which means you have to log into something else and have a different username and a password and upload all your stuff there, and it's just tedious. So this bypasses a lot of that nonsense that we all have been doing. So we want to know how excited you are. Let us know just right down below.
Yes, let us know. I mean, this is something like we've got asked many, many times. Can I schedule? Because you're used to social media software, to Hootsuite, Buffer, those. You schedule images, you schedule posts, and it makes sense, right? You have a content calendar, you plan it all out. And then it just occurred to me, I was like after many people asking, I'm like, this is like a fundamental feature that we need to have, right? But my biggest fear was, how do we do this properly? Because we're video based. It's not like scheduling an image is easy. Scheduling text posts is easy. Here we got to coordinate between making the video, putting it somewhere, putting our scheduler, making sure it doesn't get delayed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, so that's why it took longer. But I feel really good about it. I feel like it's in good shape. There are some restrictions. The restriction is basically you cannot schedule, I think it's it's half an hour
Okay.
out. So meaning, if you want to schedule something from half an hour from now, you can't do that. I think you need to give it a minimum an hour.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. It's around half an hour to an hour. So
Okay.
because we need time to make that video, especially for a very long episode. It does take time to make that video. So yeah, we say I think you need at least an hour.
Okay.
Can't remember, buffer before you go. Like a delay between now and when you want the episode to go out. And it won't let you pick on the calendar. It won't let you pick less than an hour. Maybe it's even half an hour. I can't remember. But yeah, so I want to keep that in mind. And I think that's the only kind of, I would say, restriction on the scheduling.
Awesome.
We have a lot of crazy ideas. I think you brought this up a while ago. Something it's in our backlog to add as well as kind of the ability to see a calendar of all your scheduled posts. So yeah, that's something that's I know you mentioned Young probably 2 trainings ago when we talked about the scheduler. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I wanted to get something out. We always focus on like get it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, functional version, and then add kind of nice bells and whistles around it to make it even more powerful. So yeah, we definitely have it on our schedule to add a calendar so you can get a bird's eye view of when things are going out. Because if you start scheduling things, you might get lost in like where, when this is going out, when that's going out. So yeah, that's it. I think Lindy's got a question here.
Has some questions here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer this question, but let's bring it up. And
yeah,
it's a big one. We got to like reach over the comment. Or we can hide behind the comment. That might be.
We don't know the answer.
So the question is: have you tested Facebook's response to things scheduled via Repurpose? They dinged exposure via other programs that are schedule things. Is Repurpose.io like ManyChat or BeLive that are official partners with Facebook and therefore don't get exposure? Do we get dinged or not dinged? From a Facebook's perspective, they don't know it's scheduled. Basically, it's the same as you hitting publish and it's going out. But they know that Repurpose published it. So we're an approved app. Every app on Facebook has to get approved by Facebook. We cannot go live. There's an approval process. They audit. Same with YouTube. YouTube and Google audited us all. We comply to all their terms and service. So, we're officially approved by Facebook and YouTube. And linked all the platforms really, but whether you get dinged or not, I cannot say. I don't know. I don't really know the answer, to be honest with you. So we're not actually. So just keep in mind that we're not actually using the Facebook schedule feature. I mean, to them, we just uploaded the video via Repurpose, like you've been doing the past couple of years, right? So if you haven't seen any changes in a couple of years, scheduling it on Repurpose, it's not going to change for you at all. So,
right.
I hope that kind of answered the question. I don't know a straight up answer.
And Kimberly just shared too. Studies have been done. They don't ding exposure when you schedule with outside tools. So I've heard both sides of the story too.
Yeah, I've heard both sides too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you can save time by using this tool and scheduling it, isn't that better than spending more time and trying not to get dinged for something you may or may not get dinged on?
Yeah, I know. The big thing is comments. Links. I think I might have talked about this last time. Just as much as you can, avoid putting links in anywhere. Don't link out. Don't even link onto your website. If you want to, I've heard people using comments as a way to put links, which is probably okay. But just putting links on any platform, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook. The only exception is YouTube. I feel like YouTube is okay with links. They give you an opportunity to put a link in the description, so take advantage of that. But besides YouTube, I would not put links on Facebook, Twitter. I would not put links on LinkedIn or Instagram. Just simply put content out, because what's going to happen is that the more you post, especially with like Repurpose helping you get the content out faster and more consistently, people are going to check out your profile. And that's kind of the end game of social media. Is you want people to like, well, who's this Handy Mora posting these videos every day? I like them. Click profile.
Right.
Let me learn more about him. Then on your profile, there's your opportunity to kind of say, hey, I'm the founder of Repurpose. It's a cool software. Try it for free. So you get clicks through your profile. You don't want to put links or clickable links or any URL or link in the actual post at all. My recommendation now is just don't do it. I know people are freaking out. No, but I need I want to drive people to my website. Yes, that was my mentality a long time ago, but it's changed now. Like I find social media, they're getting more and more, giving you less and less love with the more you try to send people off their platform, especially Facebook's and well, especially Facebook.
Well, and I think if you sprinkle it in every once in a while, and it's not your everyday sort of thing, I still think you can sprinkle that in once in a while and just make sure you're serving, you're showing up for your audiences, which I know all of you who are here watching this are doing that already. That's why you're using this tool to show up more consistently and provide lots of different ways to consume content. So, yeah. What a great discussion! I know.
I like how we kind of just jumped into this and we kind of dove deeper. I love it. I love that.
Yes, yeah, no, and it's a good feature. And come into the Facebook group too and share your success stories with this when you're scheduling it. Keep track of the time you're saving, keep track of the results you're getting, because we want to make sure that you're getting the results that you want to get with the software.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Number 2, let's jump right in. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for the great question. I know it was I didn't have a straight up answer, but it led to this discussion about, almost like best practices. I mean, I'm going based on what I see and, what our users are doing. That's kind of the advantage of having a platform like this is I'm in contact with content creators and they tell me what's working, what's not working, what they're doing. So kind of fortunate. And I share that, every opportunity I get in the group, in trainings, etc. All right, so number 2. Wow, so number 2. We have a long list of features, right? So I thought, like, I was counting how long it took us to get this release, and I was like, man, why did it take? It took us several months to get it out. Then I looked at the kind of like what's new, and I'm like, oh my god, that's why. So I promise you, the next time it'll be better. Our team has been growing, so we're gonna get a little more organized, more systemized. So our goal is to be pushing out more features, like smaller features, but more often, so that you don't have to wait so long. And this training will be so long. No, I'm going to keep it short, but I'm going to focus on the second tip, which is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I think it's a lot of value to everybody here. And it's also been a request from users, is email notification. So whether you're doing auto or whether you're doing manual publishing, when you hit publish and the video goes out, you just assume that it went out, especially when you're on auto, unless you're logging in and checking. Sometimes there's glitches. Sometimes there's something wrong with your feed. Sometimes there's a connection issue with Facebook and you need to reconnect, but there's no feedback loop. So, we appreciate that. And sometimes, especially when you're on auto, you don't want to be logging in and checking, did it go through? Or you just assume it went through. So we've added a system. I'll show you really quick. It's a simple on-off setting that you can do in every workflow. So I can go into any workflow I have right now and go into the settings page. If I scroll to the bottom, there's a setting called email notifications. By default, it's off. So we're not going to annoy you. So if all your existing workflows, if you don't want it to be notified, great. Nothing's going to change. You're not going to see anything different. But if, let's say, my YouTube one, I want to be notified when it goes, or I want to be notified when it doesn't go. Like if something goes wrong, there's an error, there's an authentication, there's a problem, it's going to email you as well. So if you want to get some feedback loop on when your episodes go out, just so that you get that kind of comfort level that, all right, I see an email, boom, success. Okay, so you just know things are happening without having to log in. You go to the workflow settings and you turn on the notifications.
Super.
You got to do this for every single workflow you have. And we did that on purpose because sometimes you don't care. Hey, it's going to Dropbox. I don't want to be notified every time. But the ones that are going to my Facebook page, I do want to be notified. So you go again, settings, workflow settings, scroll to the bottom, turn it on for any workflow that you want. So an email simple, it looks like this. It just says, hey, content's been published successfully. Here's the workflow name. And hey, you want to see the content, click here. So it gives you a direct link to the YouTube video, to the Dropbox, to the Facebook page. Basically giving you the link that shows up in this preview icon when things get published. So you can jump right to it. If you want to share it with somebody, you have a link on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, etc. And if you want to preview if you want to see what it looks like, you can go right there as well. So very simple email, but I think this can be very useful. I think it's a very useful feature, and especially when you're on auto.
Right. Well, just that extra little peace of mind or that reassurance to know that, okay, I went in there and did the thing, and yes, it did its job, which is fantastic. And then if there is an issue, you can go back and backtrack that and get things back up and running, without a long time going by, without realizing that something is not happening the way you thought it was.
That's exactly right. Some people were complaining that, I auto and my past 3 weeks of episodes haven't been publishing because something wrong with the connection or stuff. So we're working on improving notifications so that, especially our system is designed to be automated. So you set it and forget it, but if you forget it and it's not working, you want to know. Right? So this is why we added this, and there's more stuff to come. For example, if you have sometimes Facebook, especially Facebook, when you have an issue with if you change your password or something like that on Facebook, it basically requires you to reconnect your Facebook account to our software, any software actually. But we don't have any notifications for that, so we're working on that as well. So right now we tell you when the videos published are successful. Soon you're going to be able to get notifications when there's a connection problem. Like YouTube's having a connection problem. So it gives you a notice in advance so you can log in, click reconnect, and be back in business.
So cool.
Awesome. All right, Wes, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, we're always updating. I mean, I feel like we have a long list of things. I keep saying that. I feel like I'm repeating myself every time.
Every time there's just a list. Check.
Long list, and I keep saying this is our biggest update ever. And I'm not trying to hype it up, but literally this is our biggest update ever, because the scheduler was something kind of like deep inside.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. So awesome. So
let's move on to watermarks, number 3, our third topic of the day, watermarks.
Yeah, so watermarks is interesting. So watermarks, first of all, only applies to workflows that are video to video. So what I mean by that, if you're taking a video and you're resizing it into a vertical or square, you're adding captions to it, that's when that's where you have a new option now called watermark. So this example, I have a Facebook video that's going to my Dropbox. So I want to basically resize this video and add the captions and all that stuff. If you go in the settings now.
Will you share your screen, Penny?
Oh, I'm sorry. I always do. Every time. There's always
I'm visualizing it. I can see it happening.
You can see it, yeah.
I want to make sure everyone can see it.
I'm so sorry. That's my fault. Okay, so back here, just to recap, we have a new setting now in any workflow that's video to video. Like you can see the icons here, video to video. Usually when you're taking a Facebook video and you're resizing it to square, to vertical, and you're adding captions and all that stuff, those are the workflows that now have a new setting called watermark. And so in the past, you could change the color, progress bar, and all that stuff. Nothing's changed. This one, just now, let's say I'm going just to Twitter or Instagram, and some people say they put their account name, and or they can put a little text as "follow me" here. Basically, this adds a little watermark to every video on the bottom right of the screen. So it's kind of like an experimental feature. We've seen videos that do it, and people have asked for it. So right now it's black background, white text. I'm not sure if this video will render in time, but I'll try it anyways. If it
Is
works.
It kind of like the subscribe button you can put on your YouTube videos where people can click it and actually subscribe?
Yeah, but this is non-clickable. It's just a text that appears on the bottom right. Let me see if this video is going to be. Let's try this one. I'm not sure if it's going to be ready in time, but let's see. Okay, it's processing.
Good try.
Go. So the idea is that it's hard for me to explain. Let's hope this guy gets done pretty quickly. It's a very short video. Actually, it is done. Okay, perfect.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
So I'll show you something else that's cool. But anyway, there's a lot of cool things I want to show you. But so this video now, it's loading from my Dropbox. Yeah, so if I click play here and just see on the bottom right.
Cool. Look at that. Awesome.
Yeah, so the idea is it's like an extra level of branding. It's subtle, it's small, it's text. You can see
a little logo.
Like a little logo, exactly.
Cool.
Right now it's all text-based. It's always on the bottom right. It's always black background, white text. In the future, we're going to add it so you can move it around and stylize it a little more. But we just thought we'll introduce it and see how many people use this feature. Because we've seen a lot of videos of people doing this. They put, this is like my Instagram account. If I'm posting this on Instagram, they know to follow me at Hanimura, for example. You can even say anything you want. I don't know what even the character limit is. So it'll be interesting to see.
We'll test it out and see.
I love when people test it out. So that's another feature, watermark your video. So this only works from video to video. So if you're doing an audio to video, like podcast to video, you won't see this option. So just want to make sure that's clear. Awesome. All right.
We agree, Lindy. Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So let's see. Any other comments, questions?
I don't see any comments or questions. If you have questions, definitely drop them below. Yeah,
this is a good suggestion. Logo. Yeah. So like I said, this is initially text. It was more like a trial. Let's get this out. Next step would be to take it one step further and let you upload an image. So you can upload a logo and brand that. Maybe an option to move it to the bottom left, top left, something like that. Move it around. So that's all coming. You just wanted to test it out with something very basic in the beginning. Awesome. All right. All right. So let's move forward to our podcasting friends. So this is a request that came up a few times. So we thought we'll add it as an option. So let me share my screen again before I start explaining without any visualization. So let's go boom, boom here. Okay, let's go here. So when you do podcast to YouTube, you have a background image. You choose one of our templates. You upload your own template. We take the title and then we add this cool waveform to it, all that good stuff. But this square image here was always something we require you to put in your feed, meaning like you have to upload it on your podcast host, especially if you have a guest, like an episode specific guest, like a guest on your show, for example, and you want to put that guest's face on there. You got to make sure you put that on your podcast host. Most podcast hosts give you that option, so it's not a big deal. But some people, especially when they're doing stuff from Dropbox, taking audios from Dropbox, or their host doesn't allow them to upload an image to specific. They don't want the same image to appear here every time, and their host doesn't let them upload a custom image. Anyway, so we get now the flexibility. So for any podcast to YouTube, any podcast to video, like an audio to video workflow, whether it's going to YouTube, LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. In the settings, when you publish an episode, you now have the option to upload episode artwork for the video. So you have the option to upload a square image that we will drop in right here for you.
Nice. So
that one extra level of customization for those who want that flexibility.
Cool. And you can also do that in your host or do it here. So you have some more flexibility now.
Yeah, host is always recommended, but some hosts don't let you do it, or some people have trouble finding where to put it. So we just give you an extra round, or you can say browse, pick a file, and you're good to go. All right, cool. So that's that. And all right, what else am I going to show you? Let me just go through my list here. We have, so this is an interesting thing. I mean, now we're getting into the smaller things that customers have requested that will save a lot of time. I'll mention this one. I think it's pretty interesting. Before I mention it, you may have noticed now when you go to any workflow that's video to video, especially when you start with Facebook, if you go to view videos, this looks a little different. So what we added is a few more columns here. One is the time. So this is the length of the video on Facebook. And that's important because if you're trying to repurpose a video from Facebook and you're trying to go to LinkedIn's 10 minutes limit, sometimes you don't know.
Right.
You don't remember. But here we show you, this video is 7 minutes. Okay, perfect. I can publish the whole thing to LinkedIn.
Nice.
Problem. So you see the length of the video on Facebook, which is awesome. Next thing you'll see is this column here. So we have the captions. So if you've turned on captions on Facebook for these videos, you'll see a CC icon. Not only that, you can actually click it and it'll open the SRT file, which is
that's brilliant.
Yeah, and then you can copy and paste this if you want to like transcribe other videos or do whatever you want with it. For those who don't know, this is an SRT. It's called SRT. It's just a captions file that's timestamped. So that basically this is basically a free transcription if you want to summarize it in short. You upload a video on Facebook, you get free transcriptions there, and then you can download the resulting file from inside Repurpose. So again, just you go into your workflow that's video to video, and then any video that has the captions on Facebook, you can click and download that yourself and do what you want with it.
Can you edit those captions?
Well, not in Repurpose. You can edit them in Facebook. So when you upload a video to Facebook, you enable the captions in Facebook, and then Facebook gives you a visual editor to basically fix up any mistakes. But so you do everything in Facebook. Once it's cleaned and you're done, you can use Repurpose to download them automatic. Not automatic. Use it to download it for your own use. If you want to take this and turn it to a blog post, that's that's something.
Grab those quotes from there. Grab any ahas from there. Make some images. Post those. Yeah, there's a lot of cool ways now to use this transcript. Put it over on YouTube. So this is a huge feature as well that I know that I'm so grateful for, because I usually transcribe outside of Facebook because it's not super user friendly there. So this is cool to be able to grab this and turn it into all sorts of things pretty quickly.
Yeah, and you mentioned going to YouTube. We have an option when you do a Facebook to YouTube. I don't think I have a workflow here. So you have a Facebook to YouTube. You have the option in the settings that says, "Hey, send the Facebook captions directly to YouTube," so we can send out for it. You don't even need to do it manually. So any advanced user who wants to send, who does a transcription on Facebook but wants to send a good clean copy to YouTube, you'll see an option in your settings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's an advanced
just take the best parts. Yeah.
I don't want like nice advanced tweaks once you get set up and comfortable. So if you didn't get what I said, don't worry about it. You're not much, but there's small tweaks that you can do within the software. All right, awesome. So the other thing I have a question
before we move on. Is file transcription the part that requires the Designer Premium as part of the workflow?
That's one method. So if you have Designer, we can send videos to Designer via Dropbox. They transcribe automatically, you fix up, and then you can use the transcriptions, or do whatever you want with the transcriptions. You can bring them back into Repurpose and use them as well. But what I'm talking about here is Facebook also has its own transcription service that's free. That's already, it's included in Facebook. So the idea being you upload a video to Facebook page, you turn on a checkbox on Facebook that says transcribe my video, and then you can clean up the content there automatically, the transcripts. And then you can create these caption videos like I showed earlier, like in that sample I shared. Like this kind of video here where the captions are moving along here on the bottom. And we take the captions directly from Facebook. So it's either or. I guess to answer your question, you can use Designer, but if you want it to go back to Repurpose automatically, it's better to either just use Facebook's captioning service or take the output of Designer and upload it to Facebook. Because when you're doing transcription, you can upload your own transcript file to Facebook. So in general, forget about Repurpose. In general, you want to get your videos transcribed on Facebook. So you have two options to do it. You can use Facebook's tool, which does it for free, but it's not super great, but it lets you edit. But it's still, it takes a bit of time depending how long your video is. Or you can use, premium tools or services to transcribe the video. Then you can upload what's called an SRT file right back to Facebook so that the captions show up on Facebook. So the advantage is you get captioning on Facebook. But the second advantage is when you repurpose those videos, we pull that captions in automatically. So you don't have to manually do anything. We add these captions. We grab them from Facebook for you to save you time.
So cool.
All right. Awesome.
Love it.
All right. So what else we got? I'm just going to go through my list quickly. We had this option. Well, It's kind of a specialized option. I'm gonna skip that one. There's a whole list in this post here. No, in the Facebook group. So if
Did
you're
you
not part of the
post all
Facebook
the
group,
updates in there?
yeah, I listed all the stuff in there. And I think it's in our Facebook group. So if you're not part of our Facebook group, you can go to repurpose.io/FB group. It's a free group for users. There's no like anything selling, spamming. We're just all there sharing experiences and I share all the updates and stuff in our Facebook group. So if you're not on there, I invite you to join. So repurpose.io/FB group. And let's talk a little bit more about. There's one more thing I want. Yeah, the one more cool thing. Again, it's not advanced. It's probably medium level ninja skill. So snippets, right? We're talking about snippets. If you're doing a video on Facebook, you now have what we call auto snippets. So imagine this. Imagine going on Facebook after this live is done, let's say, and I put in the description something along the lines of 1:00, Hanny talks about the scheduler feature. 2:00, Bob talks about whatever. You're basically taking key takeaways with timestamps in them. We now, if you create a snippet workflow, actually, let me just show you. It's easy. If you create a snippet workflow, we automatically make the snippets for you, so they're ready to go. So you don't have to go into Repurpose and make snippets. We don't publish them for you. Actually, if you're on auto, yeah, we would publish them for you. But you can go in and then you can now schedule them to go out. So let's see if it shows up here. No, this is a full episode. Let me make a new workflow. So I'm just going to say FB snippets. So I'm just going to make a new workflow. So the key thing, the two things you want to note is you want to make sure when you're making the workflow that you are choosing snippets. Number one. Otherwise, you won't see these snippets. And then number two is you need to. Let me just send this to my Dropbox for now. And number two, all you need to do is just go into your Facebook video. You can edit it. Even if you already have a video that's already done, you can edit a video and put the timestamps in there. And we will, let's see if I have it. Yeah, right here. And so I have timestamps so these are all clips based on, it's not Corona, I promise. You put timestamps in your description on Facebook, and we automatically make the snippets for you. So we take the start time,
awesome,
and we add whatever is defined in your workflow setting. So right now, by default, is 30 seconds. But the cool thing is, if I go in here and I say, I want my default to be 60 seconds, update that, it will update these snippets. So now it's a whole minute. So you don't have to go and edit each snippet. So these snippets are already automatic. So I want to show you what it looks like on Facebook, just so you get a better understanding. Better.
They have to go in your description.
Yeah, they have to go in your description. So this is my description. Yeah, so this is my description. You don't need to have the brackets there. If you do, it's fine too. But basically, just put a time and then a space and then some text, and that's it. So we made a snippet for here. We made a snippet for here, and we use this text as the title of the snippet.
Oh, cool.
So that it's all right here. But of course, if you want to publish or schedule, you can change that. So it doesn't have to be this long. I can just say, Alex welcomes the guest to the show. Boom. All right. So yeah. So the whole idea here is that you can save yourself some time if you're trying to do snippets automatically. I mean, you can of course go in here and make your own snippets with a little tool here, and just drag it, which is great. It's quick and easy. Or you can type in the times here. But we just added a new way to basically detect snippets automatically. So if you're organized enough and you have an editor that goes in, or yourself goes in and picks 3, 4, or 5 key takeaways, and just put the times in there, then it will do it for you automatically.
So cool. Oh my goodness. Mind's blown, Hanny. There's so much goodness happening.
I know.
Smokes.
Yeah, there's so much in there. Yeah, I mean, now we've also Twitter, for example, was limited. to, I think, 30 seconds in the past. Now you can do a full 2 minutes, 20 seconds on Twitter.
Wow. Okay.
So that's another, if for those who are using Twitter as a destination. Yeah, just a lot of improvements. It's I mean, it's three biggest things: schedule, email notification, and if you're doing video to video, then you can now add a watermark. But yeah, so much goodness. We have so much goodness coming down the pipeline.
So awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So just another reminder. I'm sure everybody knows, but I'm just going to share my screen for a quick second. If you need help, if you're stuck, you need a video. We have more people on the team now, so we're going to be creating more training videos. But any kind of help you need, just start here. Click the question mark. We got a link to training videos. So if you can click here, it will take you right to our support site, and you can search for something to say about captions. How do I do captions? You can search for captions, and it should give you kind of all the different videos related to captions that come up. And all our live trainings are here as well. So that almost all of them, they're catching up. So yeah, training here. If you want to email our support, it's all here, FAQs. So we're trying to make this our central support site for training videos, frequently asked questions, that kind of stuff. So start here. If you can't find what you need, happy to email our support. Our support teams, we have people, we're not 24/7, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We've grown our support team as well. The other thing I want to mention is a cheat sheet. This is handy. You click on it from here. Very simple PDF that says, all right, YouTube, here's what we recommend for size. And here is a maximum duration. The maximum duration is the key. LinkedIn is 10 minutes, and Instagram is 60 seconds, and Twitter is 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and IGTV is 10 minutes. So we recommend IGTV to go vertical, and then these three platforms we recommend square. Doesn't mean you can't use something else, but this is our recommendation. So this helps when you're trying to make snippets and then you're publishing, and you're like, what's the limit on LinkedIn again? Was it 5 minutes or was it 10? So you can just go from here, from inside Repurpose, and just pull up that cheat sheet, and you're good to go. Nice. And then the last thing is workflow diagrams. So if you're getting started or you're just kind of in the early stages and let's say you're doing video as your primary thing, you start with video content. This page will kind of walk you through visually what you can do with that video. Turn it to audio, go to WordPress, whatever, right? Go all this good stuff. If you're starting with podcasts, this is also what you can do. We have a PDF version. You just click and download. There's no opt-in or anything like that. So it's just another resource while you're in. So sometimes when you're in the software, you're making the workflow, you forget like what the limits are. You forget, all the things you can do. So just keep this question mark in mind to give you some quick links. And there's a quick link to our support as well, if you have any questions. All right.
Awesome. Yeah, if you have questions, if you're watching live or on the replay and you have any further questions, definitely pop them below and we'll come back and answer all those for you. But wow, what a way to kick off Friday the 13th, or maybe it's the middle of the day where you are, or evening. But yeah, what a wonderful way to sort of shift everything that's happening, that's all negative in our worlds lately, in our feeds, and to really focus on these positive things that you can do to help your audiences, things that you can do to really, reach more people, have a bigger impact, and just take that awesome content and use Repurpose and put it everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. It's so true. Just stay positive. Keep doing what you're doing. What else? Whatever else is going on in this world, it's going on, and you can't control that. But what you can control is what you do, the content you create, and just kind of making a difference with your audience and your followers, right? You just continue serving, and just I don't want to say the show must go on, but it's like this is something we can all control. This, right? We can control content. We can control what we're doing.
Just keep showing up, doing what you do, plugging away, using the software, reaching more people. I mean, yes, you guys are out there making a difference in the world already. Just keep on doing that, and everything else will figure itself out.
Wes has got a really good question. Not a question, comment.
Yes.
So yeah, there's actually got a few emails. I kind of watch the support emails as well once in a while, and people asking about snippets. So, and I realized that our training does not specifically talk about snippets. We talk, it might be one training video or from our live training we've done in the past. So if you can't find snippets, just hang in there.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, that's my bottom line. This is another great question. So there's a platform called Searchy. It's another Canadian company, actually. They live like an hour from me, this is a big coincidence. So I had a call with them late last year. So what they do is they take your videos, they transcribe them for you, they make things searchable. So what we're looking to integrate is some kind of capability. I can't say this is going to happen for sure, but this is what we've discussed. Capability. So while you're making snippets, if you have a Searchy account already and your videos are on there, being able to search for keywords, let's say repurposing content or something, and then we'll give you back some timestamps to help you at least know where to make these clips. Because one of the challenges when you have a long video, how do you pull out snippets without watching the whole, let's say, hour video? So Searchy lets you search the video. So we're trying to see if we can integrate Searchy and allow you to, from within Repurpose, to search for clips right from Repurpose when making those clips, but it's being powered by Searchy because all your content is already stored on Searchy. So I guess the short answer is we're working on it. We're talking about it. So it's something we haven't started yet, but we're talking about it, which would be really cool. Because that's, I think, one of the biggest challenges of snippets is is the time it takes to find the important things. But if you can narrow it down to like, all right, I said the word podcast here. So at least you narrow it down to this area, then you can be much faster to make snippets.
Right.
Awesome.
Great, awesome. Wes says he's gonna hang in there.
Yeah, hang in there. Yeah.
You were both hitting it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think I turned one on. You turned one on. Sorry. Yeah. Awesome, man. All right. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else worth mentioning. I'm gonna have one more look at my list here. Yeah. I mean, just one small thing we made that's for those who are on mobile. If you're on mobile and sometimes you're on the road, you want to see something published, or you want to just quickly publish something. We made a little. We don't have an app yet. That's something we've discussed internally. We don't have a mobile app, but our site is now more mobile friendly, meaning I've done it before. From my phone, I can go in and just go to my workflow and hit publish right from my phone. So we made some improvements there. In the past, you couldn't really navigate really properly. So there are some small improvements. So if you're on the road, don't panic. If you're on an iPad or a phone, don't panic. You can just go on the browser, go to log into your Repurpose account like usual. You should be able to at least now see everything and just scroll. You can scroll the page so you can get to the view episodes button, and you can be able to actually publish your episodes. So I think that's kind of cool. So Lindy's saying idea of search is brilliant. That goes way beyond what I mentioned. Awesome. I was referring to content in your training videos within Repurpose. Content in your training videos within Repurpose.
So are you going to have Searchy for users to use to search certain videos?
Oh, I see. Oh, actually, that's a great idea too. I never thought of it that way. I like that. That's a great idea. Because now when we had a search bar, but it searches for basically episode articles about stuff. But if you search within a video, that's brilliant, actually.
Yeah. Well, because like this video could be 4 or 5 small little videos, and if we could find the exact timestamp where we talked about the scheduling tool or we talked about the email notifications, that would be kind of cool to be able to pull it up and search like that too.
That is really cool.
That's
a brilliant. I like that idea because I mean we do all these live trainings, right? And they're about an hour long, and then it's hard to go back unless you watch the whole thing, which I'm happy if you do, but sometimes it's hard to jump to certain areas. So if you can search within Searchy, I like that. I'm gonna see if I can set that up.
Okay. The wheels are turning. I love it.
I know. This is why I like having these things. You get feedback, right?
Absolutely.
Feedback on what you can do, what you can do better.
Cool.
All right, awesome. I think we're good. I don't see any more questions. Like I said, if you're watching the replay, like Yang said earlier, just drop the comments. We're both monitoring there. We, answer the questions, and just, keep on moving forward, keep on creating more content, and just keep on getting your content out to the rest of the world. And, our job here at Repurpose is to help make that easier for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hanny, for your time and for walking us through these awesome new improvements. It's always so much fun to get to chat with you and chat with the users to see how they're doing it, answer their questions. Thank you all who are here live. If you're watching the replay and you're here at the end, congratulations for sticking with us for an hour. We so appreciate that. We look forward to answering more questions over in the Facebook group if you have them. And of course, we'll be back next month for number 12 in this training series. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.